Barbara Sadler, and I am the author of the trilogy Words of the Temple, A New Humanity, which is a positive cosmic perspective on what's taking place on the planet. And I am going to show you a diagram from the first book of the trilogy. And you can see at the top, it says Wisdom from Cryon. And Cryon is an angelic entity that is channeled by Lee Carroll. And throughout the trilogy, which was written during COVID, I weave information from Cryon from a cosmic perspective of what's taking place on the planet. And the thesis, the main thesis of my story is this diagram right here that's in book 1. And you can see on the bottom is a shadow. You can see the star Alcyon is there. It's really a star. This is the process that the sun takes in going through all 12 signs of the zodiac. It takes 26,000 years. And you can see right here, it's kind of hard to see, right here is the sun. And so this is how the sun goes. And the sun has gone all the way down here through the shadow. It's gone through the shadow and it's gone through the shadow and it has come here to the midpoint. This is called the precession of the equinoxes. And notice after that, it goes into the light. So the bottom is separation consciousness and the top is unity consciousness. The bottom is male, female imbalance or taking turns, like sometimes the women are the dominant and sometimes the men are the dominant. In the top part, which will take 13,000 years, it is a balance between masculine and feminine. So we are this line that we are at, we crossed this line in 2012. So I'm going to put that down because it's a little hard for even me to see. So on 12/21/2012, we were at the center of the precession of the equinoxes, which is the point where we end one solar cycle and begin another. Just like we start a new cycle of our Earth takes 365 days to go around our sun. Our sun takes 26,000 years to go around the star Alcyon, which is the brightest star in the Pleiades star system. And the bottom part is where we've been. We have been in the dark as humanity. And Cryon will tell us we've been in the dark for eons. And when we started moving into the precession of the equinoxes, which is an astronomical event, in 1994, things started shifting. And the center point of the precession of equinoxes, which lasts 36 years, goes to 2030, is 12/21/2012. And many of you will notice that that is the end of the Mayan calendar. And it is exactly where the sun, from our perspective, is lined up with the center of our galaxy. And when we got to that point, Cryon tells us that the light-dark quotient shifted to the light being greater than the dark. And what we have taking place on our planet right now is a dark-light battle. And the dark has been in charge for eons. But we moved into the light in 2012. And so there's a huge shift in consciousness. And it's astronomical, it's not political. It's about where we are in the solar system. It's actually about where we are in our galaxy as a planet. And so we moved into the light, and we have till 2030 to make this shift from the dark to the light. So we have had to shift from the dark for eons, moving into the light in a very short period of time. And what we're seeing playing out on our American stage is energy from the dark fighting for its life, because it's used to being in charge. It's used to dominating. It's used to being able to do whatever it wants to do. It's used to being in charge. But on 12/21/2012, the light quotient shifted and the light became greater. And so what has happened is now we see what the dark is doing. The light is illuminating their dark activities. And so we have politicians and oligarchs and billionaires using old energy strategies of domination and power and control, and it's not working because they're using old energy in new energy, and the new energy doesn't support anything they're doing. And I started this YouTube channel right after Donald Trump took office, and I've been talking about that on this channel, and how there's just their old energy is not effective, and they have basically failed at everything they try. And so we need to realize that this is something that a planet goes through when it moves from the dark to the light. And we are actually a planet in ascension now. And that is a really huge deal. We are moving further into the light, further into love, further into peace, further into unity consciousness. And compassion is what is going to determine or be the greatest factor in our new life, in this new light. And so we're moving from cruelty to compassion. We're moving from fear to love. We're moving from old energy to new energy. We're moving from the shadow to the light. And the light is winning. And yesterday, on Saturday, people came out all over the world for hands-off demonstrations. And that is the power of the people. In addition, we're moving into the Aquarian age. The sun is moving in to the area of Aquarius in our galaxy. And Pluto, which is still regarded as a planet by astrologers, on November 20th, 2024, also moved into Aquarius. And Pluto is like blowing things up. It's death and rebirth. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's also kind of nuclear energy as well. And so it moved into Aquarius, giving the power to the people. And if the people don't get what they want, then the people are going to change things dramatically and substantially to create a world that works for everyone. In addition to that, the indigos, our children and grandchildren who are 45 and under, came here to remake, remodel, and remold this planet into a world that works for everyone. And so you're seeing the young people rise in the Congress, you're seeing them rise in our politics, and you're seeing them rise in our communities because they are not at all aligned with this new administration. And the people who are aligned with it, for the most part, are old and white. The average Fox viewer, in my third book, this was during 2021, at that time, the average Fox viewer is 65 years old, and something like 94% of them are white. This is not a movement that is going to last. It is going to die with my generation, or it's at least going to fade away significantly. So I just want you to know that this current administration, which may or may not have actually been elected, is not long for this world because it's power to the people. So have faith that the young people know how to come in and create solutions where the older generation has, for the most part, we're stuck in dysfunction. That is going away. So yesterday, when the world came out and showed that there was power to the people, you can see this old energy. It's kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West. You know, they got water thrown on them, and they're going away, they're going away, they're going away, they're going away. The stock market will rebound. We will get way better leaders. Everything is going in a wonderful direction. Do not worry. Have a great week.